Perfect. So this is Victor. He represents nFlux, one of our really, really cool members from the United States. So it's actually a nice build on, I think, to MTech, because I think there's a potential collaboration coming along here. Victor, good to have you. Take it away. You know how it works.
Yep. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Cool. I can't see you guys, but I will jam along. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate you, Magnus and Linda, for this magnificent anniversary. Anyone that has started anything knows how difficult it is to continue. Yet to make it to the 7th anniversary, that's a great achievement. So congrats, guys. And I would also like to appreciate in the name of nFlux our invitation, or your invitation, for us to be here. So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Víctor Cañero. I'm based in Madrid. I'm the vice president of product marketing at nFlux. We are a small deep tech startup, using the term deep tech that was highly used in the first presentation today, that is trying to use technology to help workers in manufacturing. This company started funded by a bunch of very smart guys that were working for NASA. In fact, NASA was our first customer. We helped them with preparing stuff for deep space exploration to help astronauts. And we are a long way in our journey for developing our product. And we would like to talk to you about one of our flagship customers today, Nokia, and how we are enabling them to achieve their vision. We are backed by a few very important firms. We raised our pre-seed round 2 years ago, and we are now in the process of raising our next round. So if you are a manufacturer hearing or listening to this presentation, and you want to see how the future of manufacturing will be and how workers can play a role on that and technology, or if you are an investor and you want to get richer than what you are already, also pay attention, because I think we have a great value proposition for everyone here today. Cool. So we've been hearing today some, and in general, a lot about the concept of Industry 4.0 and the concept of how can we use AI and machine learning and the latest technologies for helping make manufacturing even greater, more efficient. But most of the things that we are hearing all the time have to do with how can we make machines more efficient? How can we better understand their status? How can we better organize the different machines? How can we better interact the planning with machines to make everything more effective? How can we have better traceability of the production end to end? But the reality of the matter is that machines still today are contributing less than 30% to the overall value add of manufacturing. So less than 30% of the activities in manufacturing, if you look at it, are really done by machines. And where we focus at nFlux is actually the remaining 70%, which is the people, the craftsmen that are creating things on the manufacturing shop floor day in, day out. And those are the guys that are, for a big part, adding the value and making things happen. And they have been underserved by the manufacturers for a long time. And there are many issues and many things that need to be addressed as it relates to manual labor, training, labor shortage, trying to help them with foolproofing, avoiding errors, optimizing cost of quality. And we're going to be addressing those things here today. We're going to be showing you how we are doing that for Nokia and for other manufacturers with our computer vision solution. But before I do that, I'd like to drive your attention to our latest blog post. We did a very comprehensive blog post on the history of quality. If you are interested in quality, if you like technology, and if you like to see humans and your understanding of the role of humans in manufacturing, I would encourage you to check this article, and I would love to hear your feedback if you agree with our premises or if you disagree. So do check it out. Marta, I think, is in the audience. She will be sharing a link with everyone in the chat. So what are the main challenges before I dive into the concrete case of Nokia? What are the main challenges in the industry that are driving the adoption of solutions like ours? and they are both related with human labor. So the first thing is 4/5 of the errors that happen in manufacturing are generated by humans. So humans, we are great for many things. We are very adaptable. We are very agile. We need very little to learn. Oscar was mentioning before how difficult it is for like for driving automation, but like when you have high mix, low volume, it's very difficult to train machines because they are less adaptable. We humans, we are much better at the machines on those things, but we're not that consistent when it comes to doing the same operation tens and hundreds of times every day. We get distracted. We have bad moments, and those things generate problems. So there is a lot of things that are done in manufacturing to foolproof and to control quality, and that is very expensive. So companies end up using almost of every dollar they make, they end up using 1/3 of that for everything that is related with managing quality, and we can get into that later if needed. But the second main challenge is also related with dealing with training workers, and there are two main things that are related with training workers. The first one is generational turnaround. There is going to be a massive generational turnaround in the industry in the next years. In the U.S. alone, 26.3% of the labor is going to be retiring in the next few years, and that puts a significant challenge for manufacturers because they need to be ensuring the manufacturing, the production, and they need to be training those workers, and that's a massive undertaking. And the second thing is reshoring, nearshoring, like in general, re-engineering your supply chain, especially in the light of the recent supply chain issues, so that you can bring production closer to where your customers are. And the companies have been reported to be spending trillions of dollars in the next 5 years to re-engineer their supply chains. And we're going to be showing you, especially as it relates to re-engineering the supply chain, how Nokia had their vision and how we're helping Nokia's vision to achieve this. So this is a situation that Nokia presented to us, I would say, 1 year ago. So we started speaking with them. They had this idea of being able to transfer workload from one factory to another factory in a very agile way, in such a way that they would be able to design one manufacturing procedure for one product in one factory. And when they saw the necessity of opening up a new line, either in the same factory or in a different factory in another part of the world, they could use the same learning that they had obtained in the original factory to push it to the new place, right? And that is easy to do with robots because you can transfer, all the programming over. You can ship machines and gear, like those things. You can ship them, but you can't do those things with workers, right? And you cannot upgrade their firmware overnight because we don't have those things, humans, right? So what Nokia wanted to do is they had the vision of using computer vision to be able to train an AI model on one place with what they call a golden sample, and being able to use that golden sample to enable workers on other factories to speed up faster, to get up to speed faster in producing the same goods, and to produce those goods exactly according to the same specifications as they were originally designed. So very high level. I don't want to get into too many details of concrete things that they wanted to achieve. Those things are for Nokia, and you can see here on the right, very high level picture of Nokia using our solution in one of their factories. And only in this picture you can see 5 different cameras there. So what is our solution? We have a cutting-edge computer vision based co-pilot that we call nFlux Guide. It's like a smart agent that is running behind scenes and is helping workers in real time as they're doing assembly operations. So think about as a virtual brother, someone that is helping you in your operations in such a way that if you have any doubt or you make an error while you're conducting a procedure, that co-pilot will be guiding you to detect that error and to correct that error, or if you have a doubt, to solve that doubt before you drag down the manufacturing. So in this case, with this drawing, you see someone that is actually conducting a assembly operation in a small desk setup. But I came yesterday from the facilities of Airbus in one of their factories, and their situation is completely different. You have workers that are manufacturing huge assemblies that are, multiple meters, tens of meters long, and it's different. But the idea is the same: is you're using cameras to observe how workers are working. We use AI to understand what they're doing, to follow the same procedure, the same instructions that the manufacturer has established for that specific station, for that specific assembly station. And in case workers deviate from those procedures, we help workers to fix those things on the spot, so you avoid a big number of issues down the line. And at the same time, as a byproduct of this thing, we are capturing a lot of information about how the actual manufacturing is taking place. If you remember my first slide around, this iceberg, saying that less than 30% of the manufacturing is conducted by machines. Right now in the industry, there is a huge blind spot, which is the other 70% plus of activities. Anything that humans are doing, there's no way to know what's going on in real time. There's no way to know when things have happened in real time. And there is no way to do very efficient and detailed analytics on those things. And as a byproduct of our solution, because we are understanding every single execution, every single step and sub-step of what workers are doing, we can provide manufacturers the next level of visibility that is increasing their understanding of what is happening in the shop floor, not only as it relates to machines and robots, but also as it relates to all of their workers. So let me show you what we did for Nokia in particular. So it's not just, theoretic talking. However, the problem I have, if I wanted to show you what we did for Nokia, is that, I could show you the interface with, the work instructions and the live feed and guidance, is that everything is confidential. So I can't really show you what we're doing for Nokia as it is, but we've produced this very short video that is showing something very similar to what they're doing. And if you being in electronics manufacturing, in this case, I think you will understand the type of things that are going on. So here you can see our nFlux guide user interface that workers have in a head-up display in front of them. The solution is understanding what they're doing in real time. In this case, it's understanding that the worker is putting all the gaskets and is registering everything, and the worker can continue doing all the steps in the procedure. In this case, the worker skips altogether step number 2. He starts putting connectors. Before doing that, the platform tells him, hey, you've jumped over one step. It allows the worker to detect that and to fix it before it's too problematic. And it continues monitoring the solution. Again, here, the worker puts all the connectors, and then he forgets putting one of the connectors, and he starts putting some RF shield covers that actually are occluding the missing connector. The solution detects it, warns the worker has time to react, to fix the issue in such a way that we are avoiding all the quality management problems down the line. So this is what we have for Nokia. Nokia uses this both for training new workers and also for training existing workers new products. We also have an augmented reality mode that overlays on top of the live feed video some guidance on the activities that need to be done. And the idea here is that by using this type of solution, Nokia is achieving enormous benefits as it relates to increasing wrap-up times for new products. So let me just, as a wrap-up slide, let me talk to you about the ROI. So deploying solutions like ours, or at least like the one we have, has unquestionable return of investment. As I was saying yesterday, for example, I was with Airbus. The business economics of Airbus is completely different than Nokia's, but regardless, helping Nokia's workers or Airbus workers has significant impact on their overall efficiency. So to begin with, and this is very important for Nokia, they can achieve significant improvement wrapping up new lines. They can achieve significant improvement in the onboarding of new workers, and that means that those workers can start producing faster, sooner. Not only that, but because we can detect those errors in real time and we can prevent them in real time, we can reduce rework. And if you reduce rework, you can reallocate that time that you were using for doing rework for increasing the overall productivity. So that is additional value for manufacturers. We help them reduce scrap in particular for companies that have low volumes and high value items. Scrap is extremely expensive. I could give concrete examples, but we're talking about companies that are manufacturing multi-million-dollar components or $100,000 components that if they make errors, they may have to throw those components away. Even if that only happens once a year, that's a major problem for them. And the last one is reducing also in the quality escape management. So if you produce goods that have defects and those reach the market, that's a massive problem for you, for your customers, for your reputation. And we've done the math. We've done the math with several of our customers, and the ROI is unquestionable. We are measuring anywhere between 8 and 15% of return of investment in 1 year. So again, if you are a manufacturer and you want to see these improvements in efficiency, do contact me. And if you are an investor, we're racing for our next round, and you want to get richer. This is the coolest and better opportunity of investment that you have ahead of you if you are into the industry. So do contact me. My name is Víctor Cañero, and you can reach me at bigcanero@nflux.ai.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Magnus.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you so much. And if they don't find you, they can talk to me. So thank you so much for joining us, Victor, and talk to you soon.